Good evening. So, welcome to this new video. I hope all of you are doing well. I'm Dr. Suchita Mukherjee. I'm an Ayurveda and yoga consultant. For those who are new and are following my video for the first time, I make videos related to Ayurveda, health, yoga, and general concepts that can keep you healthy, home remedies. So, the reason behind making this specific video on Triphala was because we, as Ayurvedic physicians or Vaidyas, we use Triphala almost in all cases, especially in places like West Bengal, where there is rampant acidity, there is always a obesity is an issue, gastritis, bloating, diabetes, blood pressure. These are issues everywhere, but mostly due to the condition of the air and the food in West Bengal, which is mostly rice and fish dominated. There's a lot of tendency of formation of kapha in the body. So if you know what is Vata, Pitta, Kapha, well and good. If not, I'll tell you in short. Vayu is the wind in the body, Pitta is the heat or the digestive power, and Kapha is the sticky, mucoid power. These are bioenergies, and depending on the type of food and the habitat that you live in, so these bioenergies can be at a high or can be at a low, can be balanced, imbalanced, and they form the body as well as disbalance the body. So Triphala works very well on both Pitta and Kapha, which are the major reasons for the recent lifestyle issues because the food that we consume mostly are a lot of grain based, like a lot of wheat, rice. We are a lot of grain, cereal based food eaters, and the amount of vegetable is less. There's a lot of sugar in our diet. There's a lot of fat in our diet. So Triphala, basically, the idea is to share certain aspects about Triphala, which are mostly known, but certain tips in which way, in certain conditions, that Triphala can be beneficial. So I've made this into a three-part series so that it does not become too long for one to assimilate. So what is it constituted of? Mostly, it is a very simple home remedy, traditionally followed in most houses. Soak those three berries in water without the seeds. Soak the pericarp, the dried pericarp in water. Take the juice early morning, the supernatant liquid early morning, or take a teaspoon of Triphala at night for a good bowel cleanse. So these three berries are taken, the Haritaki, Vibhitaki, and Amlaki. They are dried and they are taken in the equal proportion, crushed together. That is the simple basic Triphala powder. Now it can be, the proportion can be changed according to the Veda's guidance or as per the patient's condition. Now in this, the idea of Haritaki, let me tell you about these herbs in short a little. So Haritaki is the first herb that has been mentioned because it's the most important one. This herb is rather not a herb, this fruit, the pericarp of this fruit, which is from a plant or a tree, the Haritaki tree, is the Haritaki itself has all the five rasas in it, incorporated in it. So, you know, there are six tastes that we have: the sweet, the sour, the salty, the pungent, the astringent, and the chili taste. So, in this Haritaki, except for the Lavana rasa, which is the salty taste, all the five tastes are present in one fruit pericarp, in one herb. So, in this case, what happens that it gives more power for working on multiple conditions in the body. So, the bioenergies that you mentioned, the Vata, Pitta, and the Kapha, they are controlled by the herbs through the taste that the herbs have, the rasa that they have. They are controlled by that. The potency that the herb contains, like haritaki, it is a heating potency. If you would take rice, it is a cooling potency. If you would take coffee, it is a heating potency. So all the dravyas, this entire universe, they have a certain taste and a certain potency. And they have a certain action in the body after they are digested, and also their prabhava. Prabhava is a innate quality that the herb has. So Haritaki has this prabhava or this innate quality of being a rasayana. It rejuvenates your cells. It's a cell rejuvenator. It's not a miracle herb that you take it and like an elixir or amrita. It is not that. But regular consumption of haritaki has been mentioned in our texts for the entire year. It is sometimes it is consumed to be with it is consumed with goda, sometimes with honey, sometimes with sugar, sometimes with water. So likewise, in the different 6 seasons, haritaki has been mentioned. So it's a nitya sevaniya rasa. On a daily basis, it can be taken. And it's the first ingredient in Triphala. Second ingredient is vibhitaki, which is also another herb that works on the kapha. Now, kapha, why is kapha so important? Because kapha is something that is when the metabolism is sluggish, when your digestive power is on the lower form. It is not that optimum. When you're staying in a place which is wet, there's a lot of water bodies around, it is a heavy, humid climate. So in such places, the predominance of foods from the water is more natural. There's a staple food, the rice, the aquatic fish, the vegetables that grow around the water area, the marshy areas. So what they do is they imbibe those water predominant values into our body. So the body becomes a little sluggish, a little on the heavier side, but there is softness in the body. So that is attributed to kapha. Now, kapha, when it is not assimilated properly, when it is not balanced with heating agents, it tends to form stickiness. So, tendency to respiratory problems, asthmatic problems, to nausea, to fatty liver tendencies. So, all of this comes due to sluggish metabolism, for which one of the reasons, major reasons, is kapha. So, Haritaki and Bibitaki, they both are of warm potencies. Haritaki is hot in nature. So, anything which is heating will, of course, enhance the heating element in our body, which is a fire element, the digestive element in our body. So, that helps to ignite your digestive fire. And when the digestive fire is ignited, special qualities in Haritaki promote it for digestion of the toxin. Now, what is a toxin? So you must have heard of all these free radicals going around in our body, the oxidative stress causing, carcinogenic tendencies. So there's a lot of matter on that, lot of stress causing incomplete digestion of whatever food that we take. So when haritaki is consumed on a daily basis, it helps the digestive fire, which of course has to be a little on the balanced side with your diet, lifestyle, and sleep pattern. Along with that, if your digestive fire is balanced, it helps to enhance and help to balance the digestive fire so that there are no or very little amount of undigested toxins in the body. Now, what are these undigested toxins in our body known as? Metabolite wastes that are not removed from the body are known as ama. So ama is an ama visha. It is as akin to a poison. So when these circulate in our body, and there are certain places in our body which are not working optimally. Suppose somebody has been suffering from asthma for a very long time and is taking certain medications, but not following the proper diet, exercise, it can lead to acute respiratory conditions, can lead to fibrosis. So what happens? The lung has been compromised and that area has not been taken care of. So the amavish can go and settle there. It can happen in the joints, it can happen in the skin, as it happens with psoriasis, it can happen in the hair. So it can happen anywhere in the body. And mostly the Western science attributes it to an autoimmune disorder. But the root cause of it is, of course, faulty lifestyle, faulty diet, faulty sleep pattern, and removal of toxin in a imbalanced way. Too much formation of toxins because your fire is not good, it's not balanced. You're still eating unhealthy food, following unhealthy patterns, and doing the first cause or the nidana for any sort of disease in Ayurveda that everybody is doing and falling ill or falling sick is prajna, not listening to your intelligence. When I look at the biryani and I know I still had it in the I had it yesterday, today, maybe the leftover biryani I should not have. That is my intelligence telling me that do not have it. But what do? I tend to heat it in the microwave and take it. Now, once done in a year, it's all right. But when we do it on a regular basis, for a lot of females, keeping food in the refrigerator, heating it the next day, keeping it in the morning and heating it at night is okay. But the microwave factor is something that one should be careful of. Or more careful of is keeping it overnight and taking the other. So this is Prajnaparat, positive agent towards disease. But this is not just leftover food eating is not just the only reason. There can be multiple others. So when haritaki is given on a daily basis, as a Nitya Rasayana, as a daily basis soft laxative. What does it do? It helps to evacuate your bowels. It has a lot of tannins in it. It improves the oxidative, reduces the oxidative process, lightens your body, supports your liver. We'll come and see about these slides. And my favorite herb, which is amlaki. So I can never emphasize enough for anybody and everybody who can tolerate amlaki, the raw fruit juice taken empty stomach early morning. If you can tolerate it, it works the best on collagen, works on great on your eyesight, works great on your hair, works great on your heart health, on your blood health. So there are endless benefits of amlaki. Everybody knows it. So the way that it is consumed, talk to your Ayurvedic physician and know how it can help you. So to go further on, we see what is the first work that Haritaki does best. It eases the excess acid that causes the burning sensation, jalan, the irritation in your gastric, the food pipe, the bitter taste in the morning, or the sour taste in the morning, mostly the sour taste in the morning, irregular bowels, unclear bowels, foul smelling bowel movements. So all of this is due to imbalanced acid secretion in the body. Now, what happens due to acidity? Mostly modern people, what we do is pop in an antacid. We keep on taking antacids over a long span of time. So the body reduces the acids. Now we are not feeling the burping, we are not feeling the bloating, we are not feeling the burning sensation because the acid is less. But are we eating food that can be digested with reduced amount of acid? No. Our food is the same. The quantity of food, the type of food, the quality of food has not changed. So what happens? The food stays undigested. Despite of taking antacids, and acidity is one of the highest symptoms or the highest complaints that every patient complains of. So the idea is not to reduce the acid, because when there is reduced acid, there is more of bacterial growth. Because there is reduced acid, the body is not digesting it well. So the intelligence of the body is saying, oh, this is not digested. Let us keep it a little more. By the time it is getting digested, there's another food within 2 hours coming in. A biscuit is coming in, some Maggi is popping in, some coffee is coming in, some snack is coming in. Food is staying inside. There's reduced acid. It's not digesting completely and it starts fermenting. So there can be SIBO, which is small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. It mostly happens in the small intestine because from the stomach, it somehow passes into the small intestine where the pitta starts, the acid starts working on it from the liver. And that is when it is not digested, it causes bloating, burping, again, the same symptoms, and the dosage of the antacid is increased, or then higher, the other problems start coming up of irritable bowel syndrome or ulcerative colitis or multiple, and it could go anywhere from there. So the Triphala, what it does, it starts softening your bowels, regularizing your bowels. Now, depending on your constitution, you can take it with warm water, you can take it with ghee and honey, you can take it soaked and taken the soaked in warm water and taken the next morning on an empty stomach. You can just take it with plain water at night, depending on your condition. So it can be taken with good also. So there are multiple ways. It can be brewed into a kadha and taken, because sometimes the powder can also be difficult to digest. It can be brewed into a kadha. So depends on what your constitution is, what your complaint is. Your Ayurvedic physician can advise you like that. But on a general basis, taking maybe a teaspoon of Triphala at night before going to bed, given the fact that you're eating by 9 o'clock and taking the medicine by 10:30, going to bed by 11:30. Now, if you're taking the medicine at 1:30 to eating by 12:30, that's not the ideal way, because the medicine also has a certain time to work. So in that way, it works on the acidic and the gut lining. So the gut is one of the most important things that if anybody of you who are interested in knowing more about health, you would know the gut and the brain axis. So your brain and the gut are deeply connected. Because when you overthink, the people who are, high level thinkers and who have a tendency of overthinking something always have gut issues. But those who have gut issues cannot control their thoughts. So gut and the brain are deeply connected. So the gut lining, health of the gut lining comes from your diet, exercise, sleep, and Triphala also assists in it. So the gut, major part of the gut is the liver. So in today's series, we're going to just talk about the gut and the liver. Now the liver is the part that is, starting from hair to eyes to skin. It is all maybe a lot of it, more than 60 to 70% of it is, balanced by the liver. Detoxification from the liver, the assimilation, the glucose formation, the insulin secretion, the cholesterol, the lipids, the hormones, all of it is balanced somewhere from the brain, from the hypothalamus pituitary, then to the liver, and then to the different parts of the different organs of the body. So what happens is nowadays, majorly we see there's a lot of burping, bloating, get a USG done, and it comes as a grade 1 or grade 2 fatty liver. So antacids, a little of some yoga here and there, a little of dieting. But again, after a couple of years, the thing has not gone away. It has developed into a grade 3 fatty liver. In certain cases, it develops into a cirrhosis. And when that is also not tackled properly with medication, then it can lead to a complete cirrhosis, or initial fibrosis and then complete cirrhosis. So in this case, it is not just alcohol dependent cirrhosis. So there are rules for consuming alcohol also. When alcohol is consumed with food, you're eating and you're consuming alcohol, that becomes much more toxic. So there are certain ways where you can maybe take alcohol in a very reduced dosage. Best not to consume it. But when it is consumed with food, especially in diabetes, especially in those with lipid problems, so it works just akin to a poison. So trying to understand that, and how does Triphala work? Because Triphala works on the cell repair. The liver cells that get damaged, hepatic cells that get damaged, the burden that it carries for detoxifying so much at night. Mostly the liver works well at night. When you're resting, that is when the liver is working. So when you're taking Triphala at night, it helps to ease off the excess acid, the excess bloating by helping to digest, adding on to it's like a friendly support to the liver. So it helps to balance that out. It helps to scrape off the fatty deposits in your body, starting on the liver too. So Triphala has a Lekhan effect. For somebody who's very thin, somebody who's very, on a borderline weight level. So we always advise Triphala with some ghee. It has to be consumed with ghee. Or somebody who has a severe constipation but has fatty liver, Triphala can be consumed with, or Triphala Digrita. So in such cases, the Triphala is modified with certain additives to it. So liver damage and Triphala, they go hand in hand. Triphala works very good for preventing liver damage. It is not, I again repeat, it is not the only solution to, reverse the damage in your liver. But to avoid that, to avoid your cells from getting damaged, Triphala is one of the easy remedies, along with, of course, understood and well followed guided diet pattern. So as of now, this was all for today. This is a short video. I'll come up with the rest of the slides sharing information on how Triphala helps on obesity, on diabetes, on joint pain, on hair and skin issues. So they will come up in the remaining videos. So keep following my YouTube channel, and thank you so much for watching. Looking forward to your feedback and your comments. Take care.